everyone, Adam here, So Was Her Podcast. Got a movie review for you guys today. The fine folks over at Screambox sent us screeners for In Dreams, which comes out January 17th. You could also rent this or buy it on Amazon in HD. Being that it came from Screambox and their logo is a knife, I thought this was going to be more in the horror realm. There's a bit of a, I guess, supernatural bent to it, where the main character, Alma's dreams, kind of bleed into reality, where she's not always sure what's real and what's not, and then her reality becomes her dream, or nightmare in this case. It's not ghosts, it's not ghouls, it's not anything of that nature, so I don't know if it's premonitions. I did find I got a little bit lost in the story, not confused where I didn't know what was happening. I got the broad strokes, but it felt a little bit muddy at times, and I don't know if that was by design because Alma, the lead, is a little bit confused throughout a lot of the movie. What I really want to focus on is Alma is played by Bianca Bridget Van Dam. I've also seen her going by Bianca Bree. I was curious to see. It's hard to talk about her without mentioning her father is Jean-Claude Van Damme, who is pretty legendary. Bianca is a great actor in her own right. She's definitely in shape. She definitely trains. There is kind of a training sort of montage, almost as like a cold opening or something right before the movie really kicks off. And that, along with the fact that at one point they introduce a whole shack full of hunting supplies when they get to the cabin, I thought there was going to be some serious action going on, which it doesn't really go that way. I don't know if it's my own fault for expecting that and not getting it that I was a little bit let down, because it's not the movie's responsibility to do what I have in my head, but you cast somebody who trains and is fit and you show that they train and you introduce weaponry, but it doesn't fully come together as much as it could. It almost felt like more of a missed opportunity than red herring, because the stuff does come into play. She did do a great job with the dramatic roles, and I was really impressed by it, and that's why I am giving In Dreams a recommendation, because not only did Bianca Van Dam do, but Vanessa Vasquez has a smaller role in the movie, but important. And she was also in Divorce Bait, which I reviewed just a couple weeks ago, and was also excellent, and it doesn't hurt that these two women are absolutely gorgeous. The director, Matthias Moltrasio, I'm sure I butchered his name, and I apologize. He's a newer director. He's done some shorts, he's done some TV, he's done some features. I think he's someone to keep an eye on. The movie is very well made. It's well shot. The video quality is great, a little bit dark at times, but sometimes that's a choice that I don't necessarily agree with, but it can convey mood and all that kind of stuff. But great quality. It didn't do a lot of the tropes that a lot of the indie screeners get. There wasn't a ton of generic stock footage drone shots. It was just a well-shot movie that any given scene, any given frame, doesn't say indie, doesn't say this was made with a lower budget. On the converse end, unfortunately, the one place where it fell short, and this might have just been because it was a screener, it might have been because I was streaming it through Vimeo, though I switched to other videos on Vimeo, and I've also tried this movie on two different setups in my house, the upstairs TV with a sound bar and the downstairs living room TV with an actual full surround sound setup. It wasn't even all the audio that was echoey, it was just the dialogue. The sound effects, the score, the atmosphere, all sounded great. Like, really good, really strong, came in clear. But the dialogue had this echo going to it. And for the first quarter of the movie, I assumed it was just because the movie's in dreams, and Alma is dealing with her dream world and real world kind of colliding and confusion. But it was in every scene, so that wasn't it. I don't think it was a choice. I think something happened in the mix. Again, it might have been because it was a streamer. I want to circle back around and go out on a high note, because there was a lot more that I enjoyed about this than that I didn't. All the pieces were there that says these are talented people going forward in their career. I think they're people to keep an eye on. I think it's cool seeing this stuff that's not the mainstream Hollywood stuff, that shows promise and shows that indie film is still moving, is still going forward, and it's things to check out. As I said, it's coming out on Screambox January 17th. I recommend you see it there. If for whatever reason you don't want to wait, it is available on Amazon Prime. Apologies to Screambox, but I want to also help the talent in front of and behind the camera on In Dreams. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. We got a lot more interviews, a lot more new movie covers, a lot more screeners, a lot more Amazon screeners, comic creator interviews. All this great stuff coming your way. You're not going to want us out. Like, subscribe, bell, do all those things. So as our podcast can also be found on Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month, you get multiple monthly bonus shows, audio and video. And in 2023 is the return of Star Wars Talk, which I am beyond excited about. SoWizardPodcast.com is your resource for reviews, recommendations, videos, merchandise, and more. We love hearing feedback, so drop us a note in the comments, leave us something on social media. All the accounts can be found after the show and in the show notes. And on a more personal note, a good friend and I have an ongoing comedy comic. It's called Social Studies. Slice of life, coming of age kind of thing. We write it like a sitcom. We do it in the style and the vein of the 90s cartoons that we grew up on, that we love and inspired us. Jump on board. A lot of really cool things to see. We're also on Comixology and Global Comics, adding new issues there every day. It's literally what I'm going to go and work on as soon as I'm done recording this. And everything available is also on socialstudiescomic.com. Thanks.